Everybody, this is Lee from UNA Amsty again, and I'm here today to talk to you about programming your Hummingbird board. And today we're going to add in how to program a servo on your board. First, let's pull up a couple things. This is a servo, and in your kit you should have 4 of those. We're not going to put them all in today. You can program one, you can program all of them, I guess. If you'll look on the back of yours, they have 3 cords coming out of the back. There's a black cable, a red cable, and a yellow cable. On your Hummingbird, on one end, there is an orange connector set. That's for your motors. Now, we'll work with the motors later. Beside the motors is a little black barrel. That's for a plug. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But right beside it is a set of prongs that says Servos. And your servos plug in here. Okay. Remember what I told you earlier in the video, that the black is always negative? It fits here too. So if you will, take your servo out of the box and plug it in. You can plug it into either number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Doesn't make a difference, just as long as you know which one it is. And luckily, they're numbered for you. And in case you forgot that the black is always negative, it says right between the prongs and the orange that it's BRY for black, red, yellow. It goes in that order. Aren't the Hummingbird people nice? So let's go ahead and plug that in. I'm plugging mine into number 1. You plug yours in wherever you feel happy. Just little clouds everywhere, wherever you want them. All right? The next thing you need to do is you need to plug in your Hummingbird. Now you probably still have it plugged into your computer, and while you were playing around with LEDs, it was just fine to leave it plugged into your computer. And I thought it was just fine to leave it plugged in to play with servos as well. And I was getting angry with it because my servos wouldn't work, and I thought I was doing everything just right. And I looked all over the internet to try and find what I was doing wrong, and I was doing nothing wrong, and I couldn't figure it out. And finally it dawned on me, maybe we weren't getting enough electricity. So you need to find the barrel plug, and you'll need to take and plug your little connector in at the plug-in that goes next to the orange motor things. Plug that in and then plug it into the wall. Now, as long as you want to have servos connected to your Hummingbird, it needs to be plugged into the wall. Moving right along, to get the servo running. Now you should have the servo plugged in. You should have the barrel jack plugged in. And let's move over to programming. How do you program this? Open back up Snap. And so we're going to need to be able to tell the computer, hey, I want to move that servo. So we'll go over here to our control. We'll pull out a control. I want, when I turn the left arrow, I want the servo to move one way, and when I push the right arrow, I want it to go the other way. Okay? So I've got, when I push the left arrow on my keyboard, the servo is going to turn one way, and when I push the right arrow, it's going to go the other way. It's not doing that yet. I just know that when I push arrows, something's going to happen. Right? Now, we need to go to motion, because remember, motion is all about servos. Well, that's not servos. They're down here. Let's get a servo, and we're going to hook it up right there. And we're going to take another servo, and we're going to put it right there. Hummingbird servo number 1. And I put it on number 1. There we go. I've got a 0. And over here, I've got Hummingbird servo number 1. and I've got a 0. That's not going to do me a whole lot. What do these numbers mean? Well, remember, that first number tells me, which one are you talking about? I'm talking about number 1. I have 4 servos. I can hook them up to 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I could put whichever hole I plugged my servo into. I plugged it into hole number 1. There we go. This tells me, how far do you want to turn that servo? I want to turn it all the way. How far will the servo turn? Well, servos aren't like motors. They only turn a certain way. Servos turn 180 degrees. I'm going to turn my servo 180 degrees. No, you can't turn it all the way 180 degrees. I can turn it at best about 100 degrees. So I'm going to put 100 here. And then I want it to turn all the way back when I push the other key. And so I'm going to get my little servo. I'm going to put it up closer to the microphone here so you can hear him. If I push the left arrow, you hear him turn. And then I'm going to push the other arrow. It turns back the other way. Left, right, left, right. Okay. Can I make him go further? I don't know. Let's find out. 180. Yep. He goes a little bit further. Okay. Can I make him go shorter? What if I don't want him to go all the way? What if I just want him to go 45? Well, let's see what happens. What if I don't want him to go all the way back to where he started? I just want him to go back to like 37. Okay. Oops, I didn't tell him to go ahead and do it. No, it just goes, That's not doing a whole lot. Cool, so you can put whatever numbers you want in here. 180 to 0, okay? All right, and you can put as many as you want. Well, I guess as long as many as you want doesn't get more than 4 servos on your Hummingbird. So go ahead and play with those, get them going, maybe throw in some LEDs, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.